and welcome to your messages for the week. These are your messages for the week beginning Sunday, the 14th of July, 2024. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and the things that I do from this YouTube channel. Have a good browse around, lots of different things on here. Also from Facebook, Deborah Jane Sutton, and my website, deborahjanesutton.com. So, if you haven't already seen the messages for the month of July, link in the description, video in the end screen, all about what does your soul want you to do. That's your destiny, and that's your path forward to love, joy, peace, abundance, freedom, security, and all those lovely things. So check that out if you haven't done so already. I'm also going to put a link in the description and video in the end screen to last week's video messages, because I just think it's so relevant. They were basically, I got really quite passionate. And it was all about understanding the laws of creation. Because for me, it's just common sense that if you are living in a reality that you don't like very much, or that you would like to change, or you would like to improve, the most important thing is to understand how you have created that reality for yourself, because only then can you recreate your reality into something that you prefer, something more loving, something, more abundant. So to me, that was a really important point. And also, I'm going to put lots of links in the description this week, because I forgot to mention last week. So Liz and I did another video with the lovely Amy Bird, who is our friend and expert in astrology. So she has helped us do an astrology update for July. So if you're into astrology and what's going on with the astrology, of course, there's a massive connection between astrology and tarot. I do pull a couple of cards in that video. So that's link in the description, video in the end screen, to the astrology update for July 2024 with the lovely Amy Bird. And Liz and I are there as well, putting our pennies worth in, as we like to do, which of course reminds me, tomorrow night, I'm recording this on Saturday. So Sunday the 14th, Liz and I are doing the Tarot and Beyond. And it is actually going to overlap, I think, ever so slightly with the Eurovision football final, which just happens to be between England and Spain. So the way I look at it is, it's a win-win for those of us that are English but living in Spain. But anyway, if you're not into the football, then join us on the Tarot and Beyond, where we have a full card reading for those that are present, and then we take a deep dive into the spiritual lessons and guidance that has come up, so that we can actually live the wisdom of tarot and apply it and integrate it into our everyday life. Very small groups, so that we can really work on a personal level. And the last month, it was really interesting to see how the messages that came through resonated with everybody, but kind of in a different way for each person. So everybody had a different area of their life that they were applying that wisdom to. So yeah, I find it really interesting to take those concepts, which are we can receive them on a mental level, but to actually integrate them and to see them working in our everyday life, I think is an important step forward, isn't it? And the last thing I want to mention, I'll put a link in the description. There may not be room in the end screen now, but I did a lovely little video with Liz last week on reclaiming magic. We were just talking about how magical our lives have become, and literally I'm living and breathing magic. Everything I need, everything I want just appears before me in such a magical way. And so we wanted to talk about magic, starting off with synchronicities, and then, I don't know, we just had a, very unprepared conversation about the magic that we have experienced in the past, and how the more you believe in magic and the more you trust in the fact that you are creating it all for your own benefit, the more magic comes. And then the more you live following and using that magic, the more it just escalates. It's like anything, isn't it? You put your consciousness, your belief, your understanding on it, your attention on it, and then everything just gets amplified. So it was about reclaiming the magic that is there. It's our birthright, it's in existence, it's part of, you know, the all that is, but reclaiming it and bringing it into our everyday life as well. So that's a kind of fun video as well. So, wow, lots of videos and things to be getting on with. So let's take a deep breath, feel the diaphragm expanding, feel the rib cage expanding. Most importantly, let's feel the heart expanding as we focus our intention for some guidance, heads up. Any other, thank you, any other information that we need to know this coming week or whenever people are watching it? It's timeless. The messages are timeless. I just do them weekly. Sometimes, well, sometimes a few too many jump out. Right, they're face down, so I don't know what these ones are. And there's 3. Oh, there's a 4th, wanted to come out. Any more for this week? Nope, I think that's 4. We've got 4. They're all face down. I have no idea. Let's dive in and see what we have. Yes. Now, the Page of Wands has been coming up quite a lot lately in private readings. Yeah, no, I think he came up in the June reading. Of course, pages, messengers, people coming in with news, offers, opportunities. And Wands is physical action in the physical world. Wands is fire, so it's something passionate, something that you're passionate about, something that's going to transform you or transform somebody somehow, or transform your reality, because fire is very transformational. It's something that's going to involve action, physical action in the physical world. So it's something new. It's coming in. The page could be a person. I've often experienced it as a person coming in with that offer or opportunity, but it could also be a dream, or, you know, if it's following on from some inspiration that you've had, perhaps in the July messages, it was about what does your soul want you to do? Maybe you're tapping in to what your soul wants you to do. And this is the divine action in the physical world that's being born out of that inspiration, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's something new coming in that you're passionate about, that you're going to have an opportunity or an offer to be able to bring into physical form. And it's going to lead to triumph and success. Of course, it's going to lead to triumph and success. Horses are positive movement forward. This is the victory card. Now, because if the inspiration is what your soul wants you to do, this is what I was just saying. If the inspiration is coming from what your soul wants you to do, it could be coming from one of those self-realization tools that I talk about in the July video. We were talking about gene keys and astrological charts and human design, the soul profile readings that I do. There's a lot of different ways that we can find out more about who we are at a soul level and what we came here to do and to share. And when we start following that, that's our destiny. That's the free will of our higher self. Our human might be programmed and might not want to follow these paths in the beginning because of the depth of our programming. But when you start following what your soul wants you to do, then your whole life changes. That's how you create the most beautiful, abundant reality for yourself, because everything will fall into place. And that's when the magic occurs. I think that's why there's so much magic going on in the world, with people that are in alignment with all of that. Now here is the new action coming in, and straight away on the heels there's triumph and success. So whatever this new action is, you're going to have some kind of success in it straight away, which is going to tell you that that's the path for you, and then you can carry on expanding it even more. Wow, this is beautiful, because now we've got the moon, major arcana. The moon is the shadow side, but the moon is also related to our emotions. So this is action, triumph and success in some kind of new opportunity to have action. But this has come as a reminder that when we follow our divine path, it opens up a channel for healing. And when I say healing, I'm not implying that you're not perfect as you are, but all I'm saying is it raises your frequency. And when your frequency rises like that, then the darkness comes out. When more light comes in, darkness comes out. This card is very much connected to deep level healing, deep level shifting of subconscious beliefs. So I think whatever this action is, it's probably something you were not brought up to believe in, or when we were at school and everyone was saying, what do you want to be when you're older? What do you want to do? Nobody was saying, I want to read tarot from a tent in the garden. We were given all sorts of jobs in our head, to aim for. But, the ones that we're doing now are not, or the ones that we need to be doing now, the ones that we need to be doing in order to pave the way for the new earth, are not jobs that we were taught to aim for. That's what I'm getting around to. So there is this kind of deep level shifting of subconscious beliefs of how our life should be. I think that's relevant as well. And there's a reminder here to follow your feelings, because the moon is connected to our emotions. So it's about following your feelings and just constantly doing what feels good. And you might not be able to explain, why something feels so good. Like I've said many times, the feeling I had about getting a tent, when I had that feeling that I had to get the tent, I didn't know why. I didn't know why. But I had a feeling that I had to get the tent. I got the tent and then I found out why. So it is about following your feeling, and a deep level of healing, because you can consciously heal yourself, like the emotion code, the Psych K, all the various healing modalities, which obviously I'm a big fan of, and I offer and I use on myself and everything. But also I'm finding that when you find your path and you express yourself at a soul level and you do what your soul wants you to do, which is obviously relevant because it was the messages for July and we're right in the middle of July now. But when you do what your soul wants you to do, you heal. It's healing and you don't actually have to do anything. It just happens naturally. Now, how you view that is going to be different for different people, but you're literally enlightening yourself, aren't you? So that when the light comes in, the darkness goes. Of course, the moon is shadow, so it's symbolic of darkness. So when you do what lights you up, then obviously darkness goes. When the darkness goes, your frequency rises, and then you create a higher frequency reality for yourself, don't you? So yeah, it's a beautiful card, isn't it? So it's a reminder, because it's come on the heels of these two. It reminds you that when you find your divine path and you start following your soul's desires and not the programming, then it's really healing. It's the deepest level healing that we can have by being who we came here to be. It's not really, well, Wands is very much about doing, because obviously we're putting this into action in our physical world. But it's really effortless, because it's more about being who you came here to be. And it might not be the person that you thought you were going to grow up into. And the last card for this week is another page, and it's the Page of Cups this time. And I love this one because I've just said about this, it's emotion. There's a connection to emotions and feeling. And of course, cups is our water sign. So it's a connection to emotions and feeling. The fish is symbolic of wisdom. And there's a little bit of travel going on here. A little bit of travel, maybe an opportunity and an offer. We know that pages are sometimes people or just opportunities and offers coming in whereby you can express more love, intuition, creativity, spirituality, and follow your heart. Cups represent all of that. They represent you following your heart And so you're going to have an opportunity this week to follow your heart. So the fish is the wisdom, because there's wisdom in following your heart. And there is a little bit of travel going on there. So whether you've just gone somewhere, it could be local travel, doesn't have to be long haul flight anywhere, but somewhere new. So maybe you're going to, even if you're just going to a new restaurant or a new cafe or a new beach or I don't know what, or it's a new person, you're going to visit a new person, or you could be traveling somewhere, going away for a weekend, or you could be on a long haul flight somewhere. But there's something new going on, and it's an opportunity for you to follow your heart a bit more. And it's a reminder again to tap into your feelings, because that's the wisdom I'm going to have to mention. I know I've mentioned it before, but I'll put a link in the description to Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard, because there is a beautiful audiobook free on YouTube that it's only 45 minutes that covers the Feeling is the Secret. Because I think that's what this is about. It is about taking action on what your soul wants you to do, but it's more importantly about feeling into some growth and some healing, deep level healing here. And it is about emotional fulfillment, feeling more emotionally satisfied. And as I said, this is about following your intuition, trusting your intuition, following it, and trusting the any guidance that comes in. And Cups is also more spiritual. So it is about perhaps embracing that woo-woo side of you, the witchy side of you, realizing that you are a multidimensional being, and that there is a whole universe in the non-physical, that not everything is physical. In fact, on the scale of things, physical realm is really quite limited in many ways. And that tapping into those higher realms is where a lot of the answers that we seek lie. So 2 pages, starting with a page, ending with a page. So there's opportunities and offers coming in for new divine action, more intuitive action to follow your heart. Meeting, of course, more loving people. Cups is love, more feeling, more emotionally fulfilling relationships and activities in your life. So, wow, I love that. So yeah, divine action and love and following your heart and intuition and all of those lovely things. Wow. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for getting to the end of the video. I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.